Behind the usual roar of MotoGP paddocks, filled with engine warm-ups, mechanics shouting codes, and engineers glued to their laptops, an unexpected shockwave erupted and instantly changed the atmosphere. Fabio Quartararo, Yamaha's long-standing golden boy, suddenly froze when he saw the telemetry screen flashing data he did not expect. It wasn't just numbers, it was the lap time of Toprak Razgatlıoğlu, a newcomer who had just ridden the Yamaha V4 for the first time, yet posted times that defied logic. The speed, the violent yet controlled braking, the fearless corner entries, everything about Toprack's first outing made the Yamaha garage fall silent. Quartararo, who previously believed Toprack's adaptation from Superbike to MotoGP would be slow, now had to accept that he underestimated him. "I'm pretty surprised," he said, but his expression revealed more than words: concern, admiration, and a hint of looming rivalry. For a MotoGP rookie, the toughest challenge is rarely pure speed. It's understanding Michelin tires, coping with aggressive aerodynamics, adapting to prototype-level torque, and learning the rhythm of each corner. Yet Toprack seemed to erase all those theories in a single afternoon. He attacked the track as if he had spent years on a MotoGP machine. His body language through high-speed corners, the way he tipped into the apex, and, most shockingly, how he braked late with laser precision left Yamaha's engineers staring at the data in disbelief. Telemetry showed braking pressure numbers typically reached only by MotoGP veterans. Even Quartararo admitted he didn't expect such rapid adaptation. For Toprack, this was merely a warm-up. For Yamaha, it was the early signal that a storm was forming. Kenan Sofuoğlu, the mentor and father figure who raised Toprack since childhood, added fuel to the fire with a statement that stunned the paddock. Calm but firm, he revealed that what the world saw during the test was only a small fragment of the rider's real capability. That wasn't even 60% of what Toprack can do, he asserted. Kenan explained they were intentionally holding back because they only had one bike available and didn't want to risk a crash. He knows Toprack's natural urge to push everything to the limit, but testing is not the time for unnecessary danger. Even so, Kenan emphasized that Toprack's trademark brutal braking, his deadliest weapon in World SBK, would become even more terrifying in MotoGP. Once full adaptation kicks in, he believes everyone will witness something far more insane.
MotoGP analysts originally predicted that Toprack's transition would be difficult. They expected the complexity of prototype machinery, electronic systems, aerodynamics, temperature-sensitive tires to slow him down. But after seeing his opening laps, many immediately changed their stance. His raw speed, his instinctive ability to read grip, and his fearless late braking made other riders look overly cautious. Some commentators even labeled him an anomaly, a rider who refuses to follow the usual developmental curve. His talent seemed to sit on a different level, as if he possessed mechanical sensitivity and bold instinct that allowed him to tame any machine thrown at him. It became clear, this was not a typical rookie, this was a disruptor. Gino Borsoi, the team manager of Prima Pramac Racing, Toprack's future MotoGP squad, added another layer of praise. He pointed out that Toprack's braking ability is not just impressive, it is off the scale. Borsoi explained that such a style is not something that can be taught, it is a natural gift. Despite being new to Michelin tires, known for their unpredictable behavior, Toprack was reading them faster than expected. Borsoi even said that Toprack's adaptation was almost illogical for someone who had never raced a prototype before. He emphasized Yamaha's stroke of luck in signing such a rare talent. If the bike is developed around Toprack's needs, the results might shock the entire MotoGP field. Meanwhile, Fabio Quartararo, now both teammate and probable internal rival, began showing signs of alertness. While he still praised Toprack openly, the slight tension in his voice was unmistakable. Fabio admitted that Toprack's riding style is fundamentally different from his, and that difference could create one of Yamaha's most intense internal battles of the modern era. "He's fast, very fast," Fabio said. Still, he reminded everyone that the Yamaha V4 has several weaknesses: unstable front-end feel, insufficient power delivery, and inconsistent rear grip.
Yet in the middle of these flaws, Toprack's performance shined brighter, turning him into a real threat before the season even starts.
Fabio continued by explaining that Yamaha is still in the early stages of understanding the V4 project, a radical shift after decades of inline-4 philosophy. Data from the Valencia test will determine their development roadmap. Fabio believes that if Yamaha can combine his smooth, clean riding style with Toprack's wild but calculated aggression, the team could wield two entirely different weapons to challenge Ducati and KTM. However, from a psychological standpoint, Fabio now faces an internal pressure he hasn't felt in years, because for the first time, the man threatening his status isn't another factory rider, but someone sitting right across the Yamaha garage. Outside the paddock, social media platforms exploded. Comment sections were flooded with shock, hype, and disbelief. One viral comment read, "Toprack brakes like he controls gravity itself." Another said, "If he's this fast while holding back, imagine when he gets two bikes and goes full attack." The excitement surrounding Toprack was so intense that his name trended across multiple platforms. Fans felt MotoGP had finally gained a new character, wild, unpredictable, and insanely entertaining. Some even predicted Toprack would become the biggest threat of the 2026 season. The digital world was convinced a new era was coming. Fan comments reinforced the growing narrative that MotoGP was about to change dramatically. Many described Toprack as a cheat code from Superbike, finally unleashed onto MotoGP. They praised his wild yet controlled style, calling it the kind of energy MotoGP has been missing. Fans, tired of overly technical and robotic riding styles, saw Toprack as a breath of fresh air with the aura of a natural-born champion. Some even predicted that Toprack would immediately pose a threat to names like Fabio, Pecco Bagnaia, and even Marc Marquez. Their optimism bordered on prophecy, and after Valencia, it no longer sounded unrealistic. Ultimately, this test session became the ignition point of a brand new era for Yamaha and MotoGP as a whole. Toprack arrived not just as a rookie, but as a storm that could rewrite the competitive landscape. With his savage braking, fighter's mentality, and fearless instinct, he established himself as a looming threat before the season even begins. Fabio, on the other hand, remains Yamaha's most refined and consistent rider, yet now he must face a rival from within his own box. Two contrasting riding philosophies, two explosive personalities, one shared goal: to become the best in the world. And with that tension hanging in the air, the 2026 MotoGP season already feels like a time bomb waiting for the first lights-out moment.
While the paddock buzzed with excitement, Yamaha quietly began reshaping its internal development priorities behind closed doors. Engineers who had previously focused on refining the V4's power delivery now started studying how to exploit Toprack's aggressive braking style without compromising stability. Meetings were held late into the night, data sheets stacked across desks, and simulation models recalibrated. It became evident that Yamaha suddenly possessed something rare: two completely different reference points from two completely different riders. Fabio represented the classic Yamaha formula: precision, smooth cornering, and aerodynamic efficiency. Toprack, meanwhile, embodied explosive braking, violent direction changes, and a fearless approach to wheel-to-wheel combat. The challenge now was combining these two worlds into one competitive package. Yamaha realized that if they could harmonize these contrasting philosophies, they might finally break the dominance of Ducati. Toprack's arrival was no longer just about signing a rider. It was about shifting the entire identity of a factory team that had been searching for a new direction. As global attention intensified, the MotoGP community began dissecting Toprack's potential impact on a deeper level. Pundits argued whether his superbike techniques could truly translate into MotoGP success over a full season. Some believed Toprack's natural aggression would bring a long-awaited spark to Yamaha, while others warned that MotoGP's high-tech machinery could punish overly risky riding. Yet what unified all opinions was a single belief: Toprack had something different, something no rider in recent years had brought to the grid. His charisma, his relentless mentality, and his ability to push a machine beyond conventional limits made him unpredictable in the best way possible. MotoGP fans had grown accustomed to polished, calculated riding styles, but Toprack was raw electricity. Even veteran riders admitted they were curious to see how he would battle shoulder to shoulder with the likes of Bagnaia, Martin, and Marquez. It wasn't just about lap times anymore, it was about the spectacle he would bring. And in a sport built on adrenaline and danger, spectacle is everything. As preparations for the 2026 season moved forward, one truth became unmistakably clear. MotoGP was on the verge of a major cultural shift. Yamaha's V4 project, once doubted and criticized, suddenly carried renewed hope because of Toprack's presence. The team knew that if they could give him a bike worthy of his talent, he could turn the championship upside down. But this transformation wasn't just technical, it was psychological. Yamaha's garages, once calm and predictable, now pulsed with competitive tension. Fabio knew he had to elevate his game, while Toprack sensed the opportunity to carve his name into MotoGP history. Fans were already calling their rivalry the Blue Civil War, predicting explosive battles that would redefine Yamaha's internal dynamics. And as the paddock braced itself for the inevitable clash of two titans, one question loomed over the entire racing world. Is MotoGP truly ready for the chaos, brilliance, and shockwaves that Toprak Razgatlıoğlu is about to unleash?